Voices of the past and circuits they remain. Drum beats echo in the blockchain chain. From cave to code, our stories never die. Ubuntu lives in every byte that flies. Fiber optic drum beats signaling our name. Through packets and pulses, we enter the game. Africa rising, pixels and sound. Our culture digitized, no longer bound. Our African indigenous language, through keyboards and circuits, our tongues still speak. Multilingual markup, preserving the lore. Each syllable separate, each semicolon more. The archive is alive, no dust on the shelf. Oral to digital, each voice is itself. Metadata sacred, we tag and we trace. The rhythms of memory in cyberspace. Code is our craft and story, our tool. We program with purpose, not following rules. Code is our craft, its story our tool. We program with purpose, not following rules. GitHub of nations, where ancestors merge to colonize logic in algorithm search. I am because we code. Connection is the road. Community in every thread. Empowered by the text we've read. Welcome to the Advancing African Digital Humanities Ideation Hub.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. Hopefully, it's a bit warmer where you are. Here in the Cape Town, it's quite cold. Looks like we're going to get a lot of rain again today and tomorrow. So yes, for everybody joining us on Teams and the others are live on YouTube. Thank you for joining us for these two MOOCs that we will be releasing to you today. Now, I just want to give you some background. This actually falls all part of the Advancing African Digital Humanities Innovation Hub. And this is basically where we want to actually preserve our heritage in a digital sense. As you might know, as we go into this new technology of AI and everything is being taught on mass amounts of data, we want to digitize as well our resources, our heritage, so that it can be part of the future. So we've got quite a bit of a lineup today to introduce you to these two MOOCs, how to get started with them, so that you can actually from today already start browsing through them, explore them, and learn new skills and new information along the way, especially the one that I had a look at, early Stone Age in South Africa. It's very fascinating, and you'll actually see some new technology coming in as well that we are exploring, for instance, 3D objects. Usually we just always have information where you can't interact with it, but now you can actually have it on your phone as a 3D object. You can place it next to you and really explore around the objects. So firstly, I'm just going to start with the official welcome. I just want to see, okay, for the official welcome, I'm going to hand over to Dr. Chetty. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I see Professor Nkosi is here. So thank you, Professor Nkosi, for joining us this morning. Over to you to officially welcome all the students to this session.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a culture in the College of Human Sciences that when you speak, people need to see your face so that they put the name to the face. So, Program Director, when I hand over back to you, please show your face so that the students are heartily welcomed. As the College of Human Science, we are really grateful for this partnership we are having with Dr. Chetty's team. We are really advancing African digital humanities. As you all know that when we talk about the College of Humanities, people think that we are not vexed with technology. This is one project that is encouraging, and also that is a testament that as humanities, we can advance African humanities in the way that we understand it. I'm also grateful from the colleagues from the Department of Information Sciences and Department of Anthropology and Archaeology for making sure that they respond positively to the 4IR need. We are in an era where everything is done digitally. And as a College of Human Science, we said we want to raise our hands to make our students aware of the technologies that are available. So congratulations, team, and the departments in ensuring this dream is realized. When we started with the project, we were saying we want to advance African digital humanities. And this is one example where we are bringing you the 2 new MOOCs that will allow you to learn more about Stone Age histories and the latest digital information. We want to empower our students so that they are aware of the latest technological advances in their space. We also want to empower our academics in gelling in with the 4IR. As the University of South Africa is talking about catalytic niche areas, as the College of Human Science we're not talking about them. We are living them. So this morning, we are saying the 4th Industrial Revolution catalytic niche areas. We are giving you examples of how we can cascade information to our students and staff. Also, with student support and also co-curricular activities, this is one area where we want to give examples of how we can match our knowledge production with the 4th Industrial Revolution. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting more time, I'm just grateful for you, Denzel Chetty, and your team in ensuring that we live the catalytic niche areas. We don't just talk about them. And for the students that are registered at the University of South Africa, I say, please, take this opportunity because these MOOCs are freely available, and then you can do them at your own pace, at your own time, as long as you feel that now we are ready for the assessment. You can go in, and we are looking forward to more innovative strategies that can empower us as the College of Humanities, College of Human Sciences. So thank you very much, Program Director and the team. I wish you all the best. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor Kosi, for that welcoming today. So I'll put my camera on so you can see at least. Oh, room is looking a bit empty today as I'm actually busy moving out. But as you can see, I'm not an AI bot yet. So I am still a human here, and I think it's going to become more important to actually have that human connection to know that with who you are communicating and interacting. So students, just to also add to these, these 2 MOOCs that's going to become available, they are actually also co-curricular activities. So they've been set up already as co-curricular activities. So if you actually complete them to the assessment, you will get a transcript at the end of the year to say that you have completed these MOOCs. So that's something that you can already build up into your CV. So remember, we don't give out certificates anymore, but it will be form part also of the official co-curricular activities for which you will get a transcript that will say all the ones that you have completed successfully. Now, let's go over to our next topics for setting the context of the day. And for here, I'm going to hand over to Dr. Chetty.
Thank you so much, Richard, for that, and a very good morning to all present. Professor Nkosi, Executive Dean for the College of Human Sciences, and I see a lot of our colleagues from the Human Sciences have also joined us as well, and to all our students, warm welcome, and thank you, Richard, also for setting up some of the earlier context, and also for Prof. Nkosi for the warm welcome, but also emphasizing that in the College of Human Sciences, we're not just talking catalytic niche areas, we're actually doing what we're supposed to do as part of the catalytic niche areas. And one of it is this in terms of the democratization of education, but also the advancements of AI and technology and the digital humanities, and rethinking what we mean by a much more innovative way in which we can embrace knowledge production, research, and teaching. So it's my pleasure at this time to set the context for us, and I must actually say that a lot of these, these two MOOCs that we are launching today has been long term in the coming, and I am glad that the colleagues pushed through, but more specifically, this is such a beautiful content that has been developed that I'm sure that this is going to make a groundbreaking initiative for the College of Human Sciences, UNISA, and the project as well. So let me start. In the art of a continent that gave birth to humanity, we see a new dawn arising, a new moment for us, and one where the stories, languages, cultures, and dreams of Africa converge into what we see a digital future shaped by its own hands. And if you know, Africa has always been following the footsteps, but this is an opportunity for us as Africa to lead. It brings together thinkers, dreamers, and doers from across Africa to challenge one question. And that question today is also the question that I ask all our people that are on the channel, all our students and our academics as well. How do we tell our stories, build our futures, and preserve our path using the tools of the digital age and from the epistemic position of the global south? And I think that's what's critical for us today in terms of this particular MOOCs that we are launching, or these particular MOOCs that we are launching, in a sense that we are really telling our story. We are really producing knowledge from an epistemic point of being in the global south. Now, what is the Advancing African Digital Humanities Ideation Hub? And our Executive Dean has touched a bit on this. But the Advancing African Digital Humanities Ideation Hub is one of our strategic and visionary initiatives in the College of Human Sciences at the University of South Africa, and to re-envision what we mean by the digital humanities, what we mean by humanities that is driven by technology, but more specifically what we mean by an Africanized digital humanities. Now, this is funded by the Department of Higher Education and Training and the University Capacity Development Program for the term 2024 to 2026. Now, this hub, the Advancing African Digital Humanities Ideation Hub, it really serves as a scholarly incubator and innovation engine. And what we do is we look at critical engagement with digital humanities from an African lens and collaborative ideation across disciplines, language, traditions, and epistemology. And this is what we are launching today, that cross-discipline collaboration. Now, the hub reimagines digital humanities not as a borrowed framework. We're not borrowing a framework from the West, but as an African-born epistemic project, emphasizing the need for inclusive, decolonial, and context-responsive knowledge production. Now, why MOOCs? And you may ask a question, why MOOCs? And I think Professor Nkosi mentioned one element of it. It's free, it's open, but MOOCs basically mean massive open online courses. And these are not just tools of digital convenience, but they really, in the South African context and the African context, critical instruments of knowledge democratization. When we mean knowledge democratization, it means opening up the learning space, opening up the dissemination of knowledge to those beyond the university, to those in the public domain that now have access to learning, particularly within the African digital humanities context. Now, MOOCs in this context support knowledge democratization firstly. We offer open access to high-quality academic content to students, scholars, and communities, regardless of geographic and socioeconomic status. And this is why it is important for us in terms of UNISA's business model of being an open distance e-learning, that we offer these much more broader ways of access. Secondly, is we're breaking the traditional gatekeeping models in academia. This means that you do not need to go to any of the Ivy League universities to gather some and hear what people are saying about Africa. You come into the African context and you hear first-hand accounts of what knowledge is produced in Africa. Secondly, mass learning, scalability. There is no other university in terms of the being in the African continent that does scalability better than UNISA. We serve thousands of students, close to 350,000 plus students across Africa and beyond simultaneously. We provide flexible, self-paced, and accessible learning formats tailored for CODEL. And this is how we offer even the courses that we have today and we are launching today as part of these MOOCs. Now, critical for us is epistemic reinvigoration, and courses like the Early Stone Age in South Africa, a Center on African History and Archaeology and Digital Pedagogy, but also digital information literacy prepares students for 4AR and AI-driven knowledge societies. Now, you can understand why these two courses are groundbreaking, but also why we've taken these two courses and made our inaugural MOOCs, because they are really positioned very strongly in terms of the African digital humanities. Now, these MOOCs are not mere content delivery channels. They are pedagogical protests against marginalization and the silence of knowledge spaces, digital knowledge spaces. What are we doing today in terms of this particular collaboration? We're really transcending the boundaries, and this launch celebrates not only two MOOCs, but also the interconnectedness of disciplines, technologies, and communities. We have colleagues that have collaborated from information sciences to library to archaeology to bring these two MOOCs to you. Now, this hub is envisioned as a multi-intent transdisciplinary space, and it brings together archaeology, digital literacy, information science, history, education, technology, just to list some of the developments that we have with the project. It also encourages synergistic collaboration among scholars, technologists, and community agents, and it supports innovation, which is what we are pushing as part of the African Digital Humanities Project. And we don't just ask what discipline you belong to, and I think this is quite critical because it's the founding element of what we are doing and goes back to the earlier point that Prof. Nkosi has noted in terms of the catalytic niche areas. We ask, what problem are we solving in Africa together? And one of it today we launch in terms of the knowledge production. And as I conclude, we look at rethinking learning from a digitized African humanities. As we celebrate this launch, we are called to reimagine the future of teaching, learning, and skills development in Africa. But we do this it's from passive content reception to active digital engagement, right? We want to look at inherited pedagogies to African-centered innovation, from individual scholarship to collective digital transformation. It is a new digital African humanities, and the question is no longer, can Africa participate? And what we are showing this morning is it's not about just participating. It's not about the College of Human Sciences just following. It's about the College of Human Sciences. It's about UNISA. It's about Africa taking the first step and saying we are leading in this space. Now, let this launch be a starting point, not just for the two courses, but for a continental shift and how we teach, learn, and build together with UNISA. And my last point is I want to congratulate the team that has worked behind the scenes, as well as the colleagues that have been conceptualizing this from last year. We now see the fruits of your initiative, and it is a proud moment for us in terms of the project, as well as the college and the Prof. Nkosi to announce this launch. So thank you so much, Program Director, and also to the colleagues as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Chetty, for setting the context for us for today. And students, yes, it's definitely time to get involved. So let's make Africa lead in this frontier, especially as everything is about to change with the new technologies that are coming out. Now, as we mentioned, there's two MOOCs to be launched today. So, but first, how do you actually access these MOOCs? How do you access the platform? And for that, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Harperstad, who will take you step by step through to access the platform and also to enroll for these co-curricular MOOCs that's available. Thank you, Mr. Harperstad.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. I'm just trying to check where am I, because I see my camera is sort of hiding. And I'm not that far away from my screen. So let me fiddle a little bit to figure out why Richard, can you see me? Or because I'm not seeing me. I'm seeing a background. Okay.
No, we're just seeing blue, but we know you didn't shave, David, so you don't need to hide.
Yes, no. Yes, that's correct. I haven't shaved yet. All right, so I'll fiddle with that, Prof. Nkosi, because I will get my face on here at some point. But I just want to share with you guys what has been happening. And it's really exciting stuff. And I'm very proud of the colleagues and all the work that's been put in. It's definitely bearing fruit. So yes, I will just sort out the camera. I'll just figure out why exactly am I hidden. But yes. All right, guys, so the easiest, quickest way to access the MOOCs straight off the bat, you can actually just save the bit.ly. We will post it in the chat, so don't worry if you're only using one device. And we've also got a QR code, so if you do have two devices, and you can even scan it. So we've got the STU 120, Early Stone Age in South Africa. And then we've also got the STU 301, Foundational Skills in Digital Information Literacy. So both of them have got bit.ly links, which we'll share, and they both have a QR code. Now, when you click on the links or the QR code or the bit.ly, it's basically going to take you to the ADOV space. Now, it's the website, the host site is called adov.unisa.ac.za. So if you haven't been on there before, what will happen is you would then need to click on log in the top right-hand corner. It will basically immediately ask you, are you a student or a staff member? If you say yes, then you simply log in with your normal UNISA credentials or your MyLife credentials. If you say no, all right, that means you can then go create yourself an account, and then you can also access all the courses that are available. The nice thing is, guys, this is an open platform, which means you can share it with anybody that you feel might benefit on any of the courses that we have available. Some of them, yes, are specific to UNISA, but others are very much open to anyone. And I will actually show you this in a few minutes. Once you've logged in, guys, the next step is you must click on the home button. You'll scroll down to see all the available courses, and then you select the course that you want to do. It will pop up a quick little self-enroll button, and once you click on it, the course then will open for you. So just take note, once you've self-enrolled, you will always be able to see the courses under My Courses, but only once you've logged in, and that's quite important to remember. All right, so let's quickly have a see how we're going to do this. So I'm just going to end my presentation here quickly, and I'm going to open my browser. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to go to adov.unisa.ac.za. So you just simply type it in your web browser. If you do have two devices, you're most welcome to follow along. And then we'll quickly have a look at it. So then you'll see the courses are already listed. They are available, but you'll see in the top right corner, I haven't logged in yet. So that's the important part. So as you can see, there's a lot of courses that are on here. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to click on login. And there we go. There's the question that I was telling you. So are you a student or staff member? Why we've got this, guys, is because we use a single login process from Microsoft, which means the same way you log into My UNISA, My Modules, is the same way you will log into our website as well. So that makes it just simple for you to be able to manage your login details. If you say no, then you'll scroll down and then you can go create an account. So for anybody that's not a student or you want to create a personal account, then that's the option. But just take note, co-curricular activities, which are for registered UNISA students, you guys would need then to log in. So you would have to say yes. Okay, so that's beautiful. So that's one way to create an account for anybody outside there. Then once you click on it, it's going to say, okay, just use your MyLife account, because remember, that's your Microsoft account. So once you click on it, give it a few seconds, and then you need to type in your login details. So in my case, I'm just going to quickly pop in my email address, then I'll say next. I'm going to type in my secret password. So please don't ever share passwords, guys. And also, please make sure your MFA is set up. So if you see something like this, this means you've got the authentication app running. And that's great because that's where it's protecting your login details. And of course, access to your account. All right, so let me quickly do this. Okay, there we go. Just giving it a few seconds for the app to catch up. And basically all I need to do is I open the app. It says what number you're seeing on your screen, and then you type in that number. Now, obviously, it's a unique number, guys. So it doesn't help if you type my number. You need to type your number. All right, then it's going to ask you a very interesting question. Do you want the system to remember you? Now, if it's your device that you're using, your laptop or a smartphone, great. You can say, yes, that's perfect. If it's in a computer lab or the library, rather say, no, it mustn't remember you. Yes, we know MFA is in place. You just saw me logging in, but it's always just a rule of thumb to be safe. Okay, so always protect your information. So I'm going to say yes, and then you're going to see it's going to get us to the login page. You'll see that little robot you're seeing here. That's Lawazi. That's our chatbot. So you will also get to know Lawazi. So then, guys, you are in the course page. Now, what you'll first see is, I'm just going to change my view to a student view. Okay, just because I'm a developer, it looks a little bit different, but this is basically what you would see. All right, so you'll see there are different courses that are available. So if you are a new student to UNISA and you've never done, for example, online exams, this is a good place to come and work through because you're going to need these resources. We also teach you how to work through AI technologies. We also enhance your mobile learning experience, how to maximize your device. We've got a very nice series for the ladies out there called Her Tech. So you can also go check that one out. We've also got the Model UN, where we actually teach students how the United Nations works and how you can engage them. And that's actually kicking off next month. So keep our eyes open for any emails. And then we've also got the co-curricular activities that Richard already mentioned. Now you'll see all the courses are linked here, right? And there are many of them. So you can scroll through them and you can actually see there are so many. But again, these courses are available for you and it's actually very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to scroll through them all. I'm just going to type the initial name of the MOOC. It starts with the STU part. And it's a quick, easy way to actually find the course because as I just showed you, there are many courses, right? So that's a nice, quick way to do it. And you'll see all the information is already sitting on the page. So it's very important in terms of co-curricular. And it tells you this is a beginner level. So it's nice and easy to follow. And then you simply just click on the course. Now, because I'm a developer, immediately I've got access. But in your case, you'll see there's a little blue button, looks similar to this one, and it just simply says self-enroll. You click on it, and then you get in. And there's the course then will open like this. Now, I'm not going to go into the course because we've got the colleagues who are going to present on the course, but I just want to show you how to get to this point. So when you go to my courses, that's what I also mentioned, then you will find the course will always be listed in here. Now, again, as I'm repeating myself, you'll see I've got lots and lots of courses that are already linked to me. So there is the foundational skills course as well. So you can then easily find it and continue. So you will see it does have a percentage. So it allows you to track how far you are and yes, be able to complete the course. So there are many courses, guys. Definitely now between semesters, you might have the time. So please do go and check them out and work through the courses. But please make sure you do everything in the course because that's also very important, and including the pre and post assessments because that helps us and the developers really understand what you're enjoying, what you still want to learn, and how we can develop the next courses available for you. So guys, this is a very useful platform. So you will be able to access all your materials right over here. And of course, just keep going and see what else is available to you as well. Now, one thing else that we've got available, and this is also quite important for you guys. Let me just get back to my presentation. We do have the YouTube channel. Okay, so this is newly launched. So we've just got it going. So we actually need your help, guys. So I'm just going to quickly borrow the bit.ly code, and I'm going to pop over to the channel itself. So please do come to this channel, use the bit.ly code. Oh, of course, I'm using a incognito window, which is a private window. So I just need to say continue. But there we go. So this is a very new channel that we've just launched. So we do need your help in this one. So please do come like and subscribe to the channel. There's no fees involved whatsoever. But it will also allow us to start hosting live events from this channel. So to really support the project. And as you can see, we just had a summit and we've actually uploaded all the presenters and the videos from that summit, guys. So if you weren't aware of this summit and you do have some time, go and have a look. There is Prof. Nkosi. Yes, she was there at the summit as well. And just to tell you guys, this young lady over here, all these young ladies you're seeing on this video, they are students just like you who actually were part of a hackathon that we hosted, and they came and presented the work that they did at the summit itself. So that was quite an experience for these young ladies, and they're doing some amazing work there with their studies and opportunities. So guys, ADOF does give you opportunities to attend summits, hackathons. So really do get involved and enrich yourselves with your studies and learn these skills. So one day when you start working, if you already are working, enhance those skills and keep pushing the boundaries of what you can do. Because let's really digitize South Africa and Africa as a continent so the rest of the world can actually come and learn about us. And that would be really cool. So there we go. So we do need your help. So please do come and like and subscribe. I will post this in the chat, so it'll make it easier for you just to get to our channel. Currently is 1 subscriber. So Richard, you haven't even subscribed yet. So please do come and subscribe. All right, then we've also got the email address, guys, because yes, that's also very important. So please make sure you've also got this. We'll also post it in the chat for you, so you can always contact this specific project if you have any questions. And please do keep an eye open for all the emails that we do send out and SMSs to alert you of anything new that's happening. As I said, the opportunities are there. So please do jump on board and enrich your studies and have fun with your studies, because it does pass very quickly. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are now ready, because next up is going to be really interesting, where you get to see more about those MOOCs. Back to you, Program Director.
Thank you very much, Mr. Opperstead. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Unfortunately, we can still not see you on our side. I'm just seeing there's 2 questions here. Good morning. So do second year students also register again for second semester registration, or they only register once during first semester? So if you are talking about your formal registrations, it depends if you already registered for your second semester subjects. But if you are referring to the MOOC courses, you only need to register once, and then you will be enrolled in the course. So you just need to do this once off, and it will carry over to all the years that you'll be studying. While some really good courses, a lot. So most of the courses are open, so it's mostly to do, you just need to click on enroll, and then you will be able to enroll yourself. If there's a course that you're specifically interested in, Mr. Mahove, just write to us at adovh.unisa.ac.za, and let's see if we can't add you to a cohort. Some of them, they do run as cohorts, so maybe we can let you know exactly how to get involved with that specific course if you are interested in participating, and we can put you in touch with the lecturers so you can delve into that. Oh, yeah, Alex Edgar, exciting and a real game changer. I could only view the course content after I signed up. We need a few pages to explore content before signing up. Yes, so remember, you just need to sign in with your MyLife email and your MyUNISA password. From there on, you can enroll in various ones. And I can really recommend the AI one as well. Lwazi is on there that you can interact with. Lwazi, our AI assistant at UNISA. She is currently up and running. She's got a lot of tokens, and she's running on the latest models that's available. And obviously, on top of that, we built out some additional information that we're going to further explore, as well as we delve into African digital humanities to really create AI assistants that understands our context, and it can really help us out. So for the first MOOC, just to introduce you to what the content is, what you will learn during the session, I'm going to hand over to Dr. McCoik, and she will introduce to you STU 301, Foundational Skills in Digital Information Literacy. So Doctor, over to you. Let's see what we will learn in this specific MOOC. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Welcome, everyone. It's great seeing everyone here and this final culmination. It's really, really exciting. And I also like to thank my team members, Mr. Filwe Fala from the library and Professor Moka de Kotla from the Department of Information Science, and of course, Professor Jacobs, who together with Dr. Nicoline Wessels, who's retired since, whose brainchild this was, and I think they would be really proud of where we are. So you've seen me. I'm going to switch off my camera because I'd like to share my screen with you. When we just quickly look at the course, of course, you'll be working through this on your own. So just one moment. Just confirmation, David or Richard, can you see the site shared screen?
Yes, you're all good to
Yes.
go.
Okay, wonderful. I've also put it in student mode, and thank you for doing the technical stuff, David. I'm really glad. I was wondering if I'd have to do it. So if you're on this site, depending on the kind of device and size, I know they are different. Some prefer to see the menu on the site like this, but if you don't like it, you can do it visually this way, and you will then see it as tiles. I like the menu on the side because just for my way I think of keeping track of on the side what you're doing, but that is always a personal preference. And you'll see under the general welcome message, always click on show more. Some students don't notice it and they think, where's all the information? But when you open it, it gives you a nice welcome message, briefly explaining what everything is about. And beneath that, you'll also see the same as here. Here, announcements may be posted where relevant, not always necessarily, but it is self-guided. There's a general support forum that you can use. Please do the pre-course assessment. This is really, it won't give your name or anything like that. So this is just for us to get an idea of the profile and the kind of participants that visit and do this course. So please do that. It's really helpful to us because this is not, these courses aren't now set in stone. We will revisit them, update, that kind of thing. From feedback from students, we can also, of course, make the necessary changes, adaptations, and knowledge development is constant. And then another feature that I really like, and it's not only for if you have any visual needs and so on, but just late night, if you're late night on the site because you work during the day, there are some really nice features on how to access it. And you'll see this little character at the bottom will give you these options where you can change the font size, the color, whether it's a night or day mode. You can also do it there. Quickly into dark mode. I prefer that in the evening, especially. Color adjustments, tips for use, so you can really tweak this so that it's for you visibly easily to work with these immersive readers. So play around with these things. It's part of your digital literacy too, if you like. And then, as I've indicated on the welcome message, you have this information. So the core objectives of this course that we had in mind is taking you from understanding digital information literacy, how it's relevant to modern learning, is to equip you with tools to evaluate sources, to search effectively, think critically, and of course also address ethical issues like data privacy, security, responsible digital communication, and this ties in with what digital information literacy is about, namely the ability to find, evaluate, use, create digital information ethically and effectively. And this will therefore ideally for you to develop skills like searching, critical thinking, and ultimately also your digital citizenship and responsibilities towards community. So, but these details you'll all find here that I just thought to tie it in for you to show that it's what it's based on. And when you go then to the general introduction on the course, you'll see it as David and Richard indicated, it'll show you how far you are in completing this course. So the first section, I've done a few just to show you. So even you go to the introduction itself, and as I've indicated, you can do it in two ways. You can use these moving here or using the menu on the side. So there's the introduction. Just as you see, it's not a lot of text, but you can do a lot of reading on your own. In brief, we show you the syllabus, and the syllabus is tied to the learning outcomes and, of course, then to the different learning units. And you'll see it takes you from the basic introduction to more detail on the ethical aspects of privacy communication in the digital environment. And these tie in with really good MOOCs on this site. There's a specific AI MOOC that goes into a lot of detail, and I think it ties in beautifully with this too. These units, especially when you get to retrieval strategies, will make you really appreciate what the UNISA library offers to our students. Please, the library is crucial to your studies. It ties in with where you can find really much more reputable databases and sources, that kind of thing. And it all forms part of the syllabus as a whole. You can go into the specific learning units. And again, you'll see how this ties in with each learning unit, from the significance of information literacy. Even before we speak of digital information literacy, we have to understand this. It's placed in a specific context, the fourth industrial revolution, 4IR, but you will also be referred to the fifth one, which is a proposed phase which focuses on more human-centric innovations, enhancing well-being, and of course the ethical use of AI, which has exploded on the scene, even though it comes a far away. And there's even a speculation on the sixth industrial revolution, transcending the current limitations, so exciting things that are coming. So you will look at core technology and so on. So that is... it sounds like a lot of detail, but it's these chunks. If you look at the duration and delivery method, you can, strictly speaking, do this in 48 hours, so 8 hours a unit, depending on the speed you work at. But it's always better to work at your own pace, but try to finish it in that semester period, especially when you start the first time, because this will really benefit your studies, the assessments you need to do for your different modules that you are registered for. So try to, even though you can take your own time, give yourself a certain goalpost so that you can work towards that. And you can, of course, revisit. Once you've worked through this, you'll see a tick appears every time you open one of these subunits. Let me just see. It might be a bit slow on my side. And there it's ticked it. So please make also sure you read it, not just so that it ticks it. And it tells you what you need, because this is going to be important. This is a fully online course. So you need to have a stable internet-enabled device, and preferably Microsoft Edge browser. The more technical guys will be able to tell you if other browsers will work or not. But this is specifically the one that it works on best. There's even a link where you can download to install it. So we don't just leave it up to you to find it. And then, of course, you need to be able to access the course discussion forums. There are many activities to make this as interactive as possible for you, so you can read the basic information. You can go read more on it, but there's a lot of activities. We try to get you to interact with your fellow students. So please do this one. Introduce yourself to each other to make it a more, I see there's already something added there. So participate here, chat, but keep it civil and respectful towards each other. And again, be very careful. Do not share too personal information. You really need to be careful of that. And that goes for any online platform or application. But for general, when you introduce yourself, it's nice to know who we're talking to. So the moment, because I haven't done it, it won't tick it. And just to explain these little locks, how it works is, you'll see if I click on it, it'll show me. All this means it's not because it's not available, it's because I haven't completed all the activities on this side. And it actually, I hoped it showed how it explains it, but normally when you're in the unit, it'll let me see if I can see. Oh, here it is. So you can see on Learning Unit 1, which is the introduction part to it. So it actually gives you more information, not available unless. So if you click there, it'll give you more. It'll tell you what you still need to complete. And you can, as you've seen what I've just done, it takes me to that particular aspect that I haven't completed yet. So for me to be able to interact more on this one, I need to complete that. And this one will have all of this that you had to do in Learning Unit 1 to get to Learning Unit 2. But the moment you've done all of them or a unit, you can always return them to that unit, the one that you've already done, because it'll remain open to you. It doesn't close just because you completed it. And yes, you can, even if you completed the whole course and you can't remember, how do you again evaluate a particular source? You come to this course, you open that one and you see, oh, okay, these are the, to see if this source is reliable and trustworthy, how to test it according to those criteria. So, for example, in the first one, I'm almost done, I promise, is when you go to the specific outcome of that first unit is where you'll, what ideally after having completed it, you should be able to discuss the significance of information literacy in the context of the Industrial Revolution and AI, and you do this through being able to explain the key concepts and terminology, define them, highlight the key drivers such as AI, robotics, Internet of Things, etc. Describe how this impacts decision making in the AI era, and of course the role of information literacy on it. So that is sort of an introduction to setting the scene, and that's where your journey will then continue. It becomes a bit more intense, a bit more involved with the second unit, where evaluating, being able to evaluate and differentiate between what is a credible source or if it is an unreliable online source. And there's different ways where you will learning how to do it. For example, looking at authority, accuracy, objectivity, currency, coverage, those kind of things. And all of this will become will make more sense as you work through the units. And that's why do the activities. Please participate in them. They're very useful. And many will also take you to links to the library, to the particular LIB guides or library guides. They're very useful. They're done according. So if you're from let's say you're from education or archaeology, you will have a very specific library guide related to what you have enrolled for. And from those sites, there are a lot of, and that's what we try to do with this MOOC, is to show you how integrated everything you do at UNISA and what's offered to students. There's actually quite a lot, and maybe it goes underutilized just because of not knowing why it's there or what it is about. And yes, so this is really, please work through this, enjoy it, investigate it, and contribute to the knowledge building, as so eloquently put by Dr. Chetty when he presented. And this is all from me. I don't know if there's anything else Richard or David wants me to show, but from me, welcome, and yes, have fun with this. See it as an optimistic and positive thing. And if you struggle, use that email address and we can try to help you there. And suggestions are always welcome. So thank you from my side.
Thank you, Dr. McGreek. So yes, students, go and learn the basics of digital skills by completing the MOOC. It's one of the MOOCs that's made now available, so you can actually start participating in it right away. And yes, just take note for completions. Remember, you have to complete certain areas to unlock the next level. So if you come there on there and there's a few locks on some of the lessons, just remember, work through the content from the start. And as you go proceed, it will unlock so you can complete the entire MOOC. Now, for the next one, early Stone Age in South Africa is quite a fascinating one where we explore the history, the development of mankind within Southern Africa and the vital role the area in South Africa actually played. So for this one, I'm going to hand over to Mrs. Minute that will introduce you to the course and what you will learn by participating in the course. Thank you, Ms. Minute.
Thanks so much, Richard. Can everybody hear me? Great.
Yes, loud and clear.
Thanks. So first I wanted to thank Richard and David for the support and for helping me in the lab in sort of thinking about and developing this project, and also the African Digital Humanities Group to bring this to realization. So this is a much shorter course than the previous one you've heard about. What we've decided to do is we've taken a physical exhibition and created a MOOC around it. And we've started with one small section of the exhibition and are going to build more sections into it as we go along. So for now, I decided to start with the early Stone Age in South Africa. Now, this is based on a course that is available at UNISA for degree purposes, which is archaeology. It's a 3-year degree course. We are in the Department of Anthropology and Archaeology, and we are the Museum of Anthropology and Archaeology, where we look at the entire deep history of South Africa, going from human evolution right through to the early, middle, and late Stone Age, and also the Iron Ages, which occurred in Southern Africa. Now, Southern Africa has one of the longest and most fascinating histories in the world. And I think it's very important for us to sort of learn about and think about this deep history that we have in South Africa. And this is one of the small ways in which we wanted to do it. I just want to see. Okay, let me just share first. Okay, so what you see here is our physical exhibition, which we have in the Department of Anthropology and Archaeology. We're on the 4th floor of the Winnie Madikizela Mandela building on the Makelneer campus, and you're welcome to come visit the exhibition at any time. We're open weekdays, so please come and see the exhibition if you have time or if you are on the Makelneer campus, because what we've done with the MOOC is we've tried to create sort of a way of presenting the exhibition in a way that's interesting and will help you also learn about the deep history in South Africa. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that, and now I'm going to share the course. So what my previous colleague, Dr. McGurk, was talking about is all the same for this course. Getting onto the system and registering for the system. The course is much shorter, though, than the information sciences course, because it's the one course where we will still be adding other courses in order to cover the entire history in South Africa. So the course is over here, and obviously you just click on it. So as the previous presenter shared with you, you'll see on the left-hand side, we have the course menu with all these sections. And then here is your course that you will go through. And we have the welcome page, just explaining what the course is about. And then obviously here you will choose show more, so that you can see all the sections. And first we'll look at the learning outcomes. So in terms of the history in Southern Africa, it's a bit slow, the system. We are known very often as the cradle of humankind. And this is because humans, the science has shown that humans developed and then moved out of Africa. So what you'll see is that there are different theories around this, but a lot of the research that's been done shows that we had early hominids that started to develop in South Africa. So the early Stone Age course that you'll be doing will talk about this development of early hominids in Southern Africa, and also note key areas in Africa where they were also developing. So Africa is the cradle of humankind as shown by science. So what we want to look at in this course is to look at some of the key characteristics of the early Stone Age. Then we're going to look at lithic technology specifically, which is stone tools, which were made and used by early hominids in order to deal with their environments, collect food, protect themselves, and eventually hunt. So we're going to look at the evolutionary significance of hominin species. We're going to look at technological advancements of the two major periods. And then we're also going to look at how these periods overlap. So history is not very neat. There's always going to be overlap in time periods, and we have some sites in Southern Africa where some of the technologies overlap with each other. So there'll be some description of how some of the areas have been explored and how some of the science has been discovered in South Africa. So what's very important also are the key concepts. So familiarize yourself with them, because when you do a course like this, you're going to be seeing a lot of new concepts, some that are quite unusual because of the way in which these concepts are described and how their history is described. So you can see things like bipedalism, hominin species, lithic technologies, and obviously Oldowan and Acheulean tool industries. So to just help you understand exactly what we're talking about. So in future, we will have other courses which will come. We will look specifically at human evolution in Africa and Southern Africa, and then we'll also look at the Middle and Late Stone Age, which follow on each other after the Early Stone Age. So what's also nice is your first activity, and when you move through the course, it is quite simple to do so, because you will read through a section, and then she's a bit slow. I don't know if it's me. There we go. Okay. So what we have is we have some 3D renderings of objects which you can then look at and analyze in order to do one of the activities. There's that one also that you can look at. And then do the activity. So below, you'll see that you can move very easily through the sections to move to the other sections. And there's a lot of imagery also to help you understand the lithic technologies. So there's also some videos that you can watch, and you can see, I suppose I'm just used to it. I move through very quickly here on the left, which is quite easy. Now, you can read it in any order, but I would start at the beginning and just go through everything. So it's not as long as the previous course, because we're only just starting with this and we want to add more aspects to it. And those will eventually create the other courses. But as you go through it, play around with the 3D objects, see if it's user-friendly, and if there's any changes also that we can make to the presentation of it, because we're also trying some new things here with the course, and we really want you guys to enjoy it, but also critique it and discuss it. So also, if you want to know more about these courses that are the degree courses, and learning about archaeology in Southern Africa at UNISA, just go onto the UNISA site and search for Department of Anthropology and Archaeology. And I think that's it for me. It's a bit shorter than the other one. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for letting me share this course. We're very passionate about the history of Southern Africa, especially the pre-colonial history, which is so rich and has so much information about it. And I'm looking very much forward to also doing the other courses, especially the Iron Age, which is my personal favorite time period in Southern African history, but also human evolution. So we hope to see you again to do the other courses. Thank you so much. I'm just going to stop sharing.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Ms.
Richard.
So yes, this is a very interesting course to get an introduction to the early history of South Africa, and especially us as mankind, how we evolved over, the centuries. What I also just want to highlight with you with this one is, as you can see, the 3D objects that you can interact with. But what's very nice is if you actually take this and you put it on your phone, you can actually put it on your desk right next to you. So you can actually get a true sense of what the scale is of these objects. And, really, how can I say, zoom into the textures. So yes, definitely go visit this on your mobile phone. Most phones already has the capabilities where you now can, I'm going to say with AR, where you can place it on your desk next to you, or even let it float in the air in front of you. And we will explore this in the future, this technology, to make it even better for you, so you can really get a sense of interacting with these objects. Even though they're in the library far, far away, you can now actually have access to them in your own home. So with that, thank you, everybody. Please go and do the courses. They are very interesting. You will learn quite a lot of skills along the way. And that actually brings us to the end of our program. So this was a very quick introduction to these new MOOCs that's available within the College of Human Sciences. And for lastly, I'm going to hand over to Mrs. Matangu just to do a vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lindiwe Mahlangu. Thank you, Program Director. This is me. It is an honor and privilege to deliver a vote of thanks in today's official launch of our two breaking massive open online courses, STU 301 Foundation Skills in Digital Information Literacy and STU 120 Early Stone Age in South Africa. To start, a big thank you to Prof. Nkosi, our Executive Dean, for a warm and inspiring welcome. Re a leboga, Prof. Re a leboga gagolo. Your words reminded us why this work matters and why we continue pushing boundaries in open distance education. To Dr. Chetty, siyabonga kakhulu for setting the tone, helping us to see the bigger picture. The way you explained how those two MOOCs courses fits into the digital transformation journey at UNISA really gave us direction for today. To Mr. Hapestad, thank you for walking us through my Student Skills Hub platform. Jwale re bone gore monyetla ke ofe. And it is clear these tools will empower our students in a practical and meaningful way. To our amazing course presenters, Dr. Mogek and Ms. Mehnet, siyabonga kakhulu. You took us from navigating the digital world in the digital world to the early days of human history, all in one morning. Your passion comes through so clearly, and this MOOC is a true gift to our students and the community. A special thank you to the African Digital Humanities Ideation Hub, College of Human Sciences, and the Academy of Excellence and Innovation and Teaching and Learning for championing such a visionary work. This launch is more than just an unveiling. It is a celebration of collaborative excellence and milestone on our digital transformation journey. Re a leboga ka pelo tsohle. This project don't just happen, it takes a vision, teamwork, and dedication. To our audience, students, colleagues, and guests, thank you for being with us. NgesiZulu bathi ukwenza izinto ezinkulu kudinga ukuthi sibambisane. Ka Sesotho ba re ho ruta le ho ithuta ke leeto le le etelang pele, re le etelang pele mmogo. We are walking this journey together. Lastly, to everyone who helped make this run so smoothly behind the scene, siyabonga kakhulu. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Let's take what we have learned today and share it. Let's keep growing, exploring, and empowering one another, because that's how we will build the future we want. Ngiyabonga, ngiyaleboga. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful week further. Let's tackle this week with this Monday, and hopefully you can start it off by exploring these modules. So thank you, everybody, for joining, and we hope you find value in the resources we made available today. All the best. Bye.